Welcome to this week's edition of the Women's Soccer Report, here with head coach Eric Teepe. Coach, your team is on a roll right now. They've won 4 straight, including 2 over this past weekend. The 6 goals on Sunday against Wagner were the most by the team since the 2015 season. Just outside of external factors out of your control, what's been like the biggest thing you think that's been able to guide your team to this 4-game streak?
I think, we've been playing well, I think, for longer than that. So it was just a matter of when we might be able to break through. This past couple of games, we've been much better with our finishing. More importantly, I think we've been able to create more chances, which is what we weren't doing earlier in the year. Every game's a battle. Even though I know we scored 6, obviously we were down at one point. They could have cut it back to 3-2 early with a couple chances. So you just have to find a way to still grind out the games and stuff like that. So we did find a way to win, and it was nice to get a couple extra goals so we can get some extra plays in there. But you can't count on getting that many goals that often. So a lot of things have to go right for you.
Yeah, I mean, even including that game too, like your outscoring teams conference play now, it's 14-6. Just the goals have been starting to come for you guys. Just it seems like the offense is doing everything at kind of the right time of the year.
Yeah, again, I don't view it that we're really outscoring teams in bunches. I think, every game we've had, outside this game this weekend was close going into the last 10-15 minutes. So, if you get a couple goals at the end of the game, it doesn't mean that the game was only a blowout. I mean, we saw that in some of our games against us earlier in the year where we felt we performed well, and then the other team pulled away from us in the end. So I think we're managing games better, but you still, every game's a battle. And, as I said, like even this weekend, it was 4-2 with 15 minutes left, and they were putting on pressure. So it's nice to get the extra ones, but you still have to now do the same thing again and again. And we have 2 games left, and we have St. Francis on Saturday, and we'll have to be ready and look to play the best we can.
Yeah, one other thing too is just the offensive contributions have been coming from all different players. So especially from this past weekend, you had a bunch of different people scoring the goals, and it was Victoria scoring a goal in each game, and Sophie had the big game Sunday, led her being the player of the week for this week. But just to talk about it being is that an emphasis to have it be more widespread, like different players getting involved within the attack?
Well, for us, it's just we're looking for our players to be dangerous. Sometimes scoring is a byproduct of it. And Sophie's a perfect example where, she hadn't scored a couple until recently, and she was pressing, and we just kind of really talked to her and just said, listen, don't worry about scoring the goals, just be a presence. And, if we can get, if we can start with Elma, Vic, and Soph and have them all creating danger, then that's a good thing for us, and that opens it up for even other players. If we become too predictable and it's only one person, then we're going to struggle. So I think it's not necessarily by design. It's just more of where we just want all of our players, whether they're in the attack, the midfield, or the back, when they get a chance to go forward, we want them to be dangerous. And if they can do that, we feel that we'll get some chances.
Now, you only have the one game this weekend, but it's a big game that's Saturday here at 3 o'clock against St. Francis. It's a rematch of last season's NEC title game. Just in your preparations for this week, knowing what kind of team they are, does that game last year have any effect on how you're preparing, or is it just a new season, new mindset, new game plan?
Yeah, it's a new season. We're every year, especially in the college game, every team is different from year to year. If you're living in the past, it's not going to bode well for you in the future. So, for us, it's pretty simple. We're focused on finding a way to beat a very competitive, very strong team. And we know that they're also in the same position that we are, that, right now just getting wins is what matters. So we expect it to be, just like all the matches when we play against them. They're all tremendous games, and, we don't know who's going to prevail in the end, but we know that it's going to be, a competitive soccer game all the way through. So as long as we can be ready for that, I think we can do okay.
If there's something that you're looking at your team and saying this is going to be the difference between us winning or losing this game, what is it going to be?
I don't know if there's one thing that you can pick out this early. As I said, we've only seen them on tape. They've probably only seen us on tape. And sometimes it's kind of hard to really decipher all the different things that they may do and what they may be able to adjust to. I think I think for us, we just want to be able to come out and play for 90 minutes and play at our best. And if we can do that, we feel that in the end we're going to be in the match. And if we can do that all the time we step on the field, we feel that we're going to come out ahead most of the time. So our mindset is let's just be prepared and give everything that we have and see if we can win this week and kind of move from there.
Now, one other side note for Saturday's game, it'll be your 100th game coaching the Knights here in your 5 seasons. Just I know the 2015 title win stands out as a memorable moment for you in those 5 years, but just if there are a couple other memorable moments you can think of just over those 100 games.
Well, I mean, I think there's so many. I do know that the first game that we had was against Northwestern, who was a top 25 team. I was new to the team. The returning players were such a strong-minded, strong-willed group, and I think finding a way to win that game really led us to believe in each other. And I think from that point forward, things moved in a good direction. But no, there's been some great moments and there's been some tough moments. But I think the one thing that we can look to say is that every time we step on the field, we're putting a team out there that is looking to win. And if we can do that, I think then we're giving a good legacy for those that were here before us.
Thank you for your time this week, Coach.
All right, thanks.
That'll do it for this week's edition of the Women's Soccer Report. For more on the women's soccer team and all the FDU Knights teams, check out fduknights.com.